So, are the Yankees a championship caliber team? Let's talk about it. Hey, up here. How you doing, well, everybody? So, yeah, the Yankees lost 3 out of 4 from the Baltimore Orioles. That stunk. And Carlos Rodon picked yesterday to have his worst game of the season so far. Other than that, he's been pretty darn good this year. So, can't take that away from him. But not a good day to be bad. But it is what it is. But again, we still have about 130 games left in the season. So is right now a good time to be talking about whether they're a championship caliber team? Is how many runs they scored, or the lack of runs they scored against Baltimore Orioles? No. Are we utilizing the same logic where when Oakland A's, probably the worst team in baseball, took 2 out of 3 from the Baltimore Orioles, are we saying the same thing? Well, the Orioles aren't championship caliber. Are we leveraging that same logic? Are we leveraging the same logic onto the Dodgers when the Mets took more games from them than they took from the Mets? It happens. It's early in the season, okay? And we know that the Yankees are missing pieces. We're missing Garrett Cole. We're missing several relievers. We're missing DJ. We're missing Birdie, right? So, and Aaron Judge has not really started hitting consistently. Neither has Gleyber Torres, okay? And Anthony Volpe, we're looking to get back to consistency. So they're not clicking on all cylinders. With the exception of Juan Soto, the team is not doing, itself in much favors. But that still doesn't change the fact that they're 20. Were they 20-14 now? So 20-13, and they're one of the first. I think it's the only team in the American League with 20 wins. So maybe the Baltimore Orioles have 20 wins now. But that notwithstanding, here's some comparisons. Let's just, for perspective reasons, okay? This is where we stand right now. Baltimore Oriole team batting average 250, Yankees 246. Baltimore on base percentage 308, Yankees 333. Slugging, Orioles 440, Yankees 398. WAR 6.5, Orioles 6.3 Yankees. So, are they far off from each other? No. But these are some of the these are some of the metrics that a lot of folks use, right, to determine or to decide how good a team is, how caliber or championship caliber team is. And of course, they're going to run with it if Brian Cashman feels that they're championship caliber, and they lose a couple games to probably the best team in the American League. They're going to run with this as their talking point. This is what they do, right? So it doesn't bring much value, but this is what they do. But that's the differentiation between the two teams offensively right there. So they are not far off from each other. And Baltimore has had some good pitching this series. They really did. And once we get our ace Garrett Cole back, once we get our bats start waking up, once we get to some other guys, and keep in mind, we need DJ Lemahieu back and John Birdie back so they can sit some of the guys who aren't performing, or sit some of the guys that have been playing and have not had a chance to rest yet. Okay, even though they have a pretty decent bench, DJ represents an upgrade over most of the people on the bench. So does John Birdie. So I understand the logic, about wanting to wait for these guys. Okay, but going back to, are they a championship caliber team? Well, we don't know if they're a championship caliber team yet. They don't have all hands on deck here, so it's way too early to tell. It's in my opinion kind of a waste of time talking about it. So, because again, we're basing our argument on incomplete information, and that's not really going to do much to further the conversation, to further our knowledge. But that's just my opinion. Okay, whether you agree or disagree is totally cool. And if you want to have conversations like this, or just like Yankee Talk, you want to be kept updated on everything, you want to know when you go live here, and you're not subbed to this channel, make sure you sub to this channel, please, okay, before you leave. And all the notifications too. Okay, not only will it keep you up in the front of the line of everything, but it's also greatly appreciated as well. And I want to make sure that you are up to date on everything when it comes to, especially when it comes to the Yankees. And I thank you for it. Okay? We're right around the corner from 21,000 subs, so your support means the world. But this is the question I had today. Are the Yankees, a two-part question, are the Yankees actually a championship caliber team? And what are we basing this argument on? What are we basing this argument on? Because with all this stuff that they haven't done, they're still one of the few teams in baseball with 20 wins, right? So they have the Tigers tonight. They're back home now. So, and the lineup will be out later. I'll have that for you. But notwithstanding these facts, I mean, do people, I'm asking you folks, do you consider these things? And this is why I ask a lot. Is this our position, or are we using other people's talking points as our argument? So I don't find a lot of the other talking points very valuable, very informative, or strong. So they may say the same about me. Don't care. Don't care. I'm just going by the facts, not the opinions. Facts. Base the opinions on the facts. Okay. And the fact is, they are a 21 team right now, and they're not clicking on all cylinders by far. Okay. Carlos Rodon had his worst day, but other than that, he's had a good season. Okay, we have Marcus Stroman on the mound tonight, so hopefully we'll continue to do well against a surprisingly decent Tigers team. So we never know. But this was the Yankees' first real test. They did not, fare extremely well. They lost 3 out of 4 games. 3 of the games were close, within 2 runs. So are they going to face the Orioles again? Sure. And maybe they'll be at full strength when they do. The Orioles have had a weaker schedule than the Yankees have had. That's a fact, too, whether people want to acknowledge that or not. The Yankees have had a much stronger schedule than the Orioles have had. So, but that's no excuse. Judge has to hit. Torres has to hit. Some of these other guys have to hit. And as much as folks like to say he's there, Boone's not holding them accountable. Well, there really is no baseball timeout, right? I mean, Gleyber Torres, with his play and lack of focus and stuff like that, he's costing himself tens of millions of dollars in the contract. There's no amount of accountability that Aaron Boone could bestow upon him that's going to be more significantly painful than that. Think about it. So, none. And again, he's not going to throw his players under the bus. He's not going to trash his players either. So, that's unbecoming of any good manager. So, and I know a lot of people don't think Boone is a good manager. Fine. I never said he was a great manager either, but he's better than some in certain things. So, and it's not the worst. So, and this is the first time that he's had a roster this good to work with. First time in all the years. So, and they are a 21 team. They have one of the best records in baseball. And they're not firing on all cylinders yet. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the day when they do. But you can let me know what your thoughts are. I mean, really. And again, this question keeps popping up in my head. It's not that are they a championship caliber? That's a matter of an opinion, honestly. And what are we basing our opinions on? Incomplete information, because we don't know what the team's going to look like when they're on full strength. We don't. Okay, a lot of the other teams we don't know because there's so many injuries across the board of baseball. Pitchers are going down left and right with surgeries and Tommy John and everything. And it's an unfortunate blow to a lot of teams. Thankfully for us, we have guys like Garrett Cole coming back. Okay, hopefully at full strength, right? We have guys like Jason Dominguez coming back, right? We have guys like Clayton Beeter who can provide value. Will Warren can provide value, right? Tommy Canley, Scott Efrost, Lou Trevino. These guys are all coming back. DJ LeMahieu, John Birdie, all coming back. We have a lot of reinforcements in-house already coming back that are going to help mold this Yankees team into a better team. I can't wait to see it when they do. I really can't. And it's my little daughter shaking a puzzle, so excuse me. Again, what are we basing this question off of? The championship caliber. Are we basing it off of the roster that they have that's playing now, the roster that they have that's not playing? Other people's talking points on Twitter, on YouTube? What are we basing it off of? I ask the hard questions, okay? And I'll ask questions that maybe some of the people don't want to ask. Maybe some don't want to answer. It is what it is. This is the territory that we're in Yankee Land, right? They Aaron Boone And Brian Cashman should not be the only ones that have to answer hard questions. If we're going to place this type of stigma on them, then we should be able to justify the argument, at least in my opinion. So let's get into it. This is an important discussion, and your views here on this matter. Okay, whether you agree, whether you disagree, they matter. So let's get into it. Go Yankees.